Live. And today is the first day of the essays new batch. We can say a few words on that also.
Okay, I think we're live.
Yeah.
All right. Avnish, good evening. Very good evening. I think others will be joining us. We have a few people online. So, Alpha 061. Hello, sir. Okay. Hello. Uh,
Okay.
Prince, good evening. Prince 007. Nice one, Prince. I like it.
Alpha 061, Prince 007, Avni 64649. It looks like one of those, military intelligence group. Aditya Kumar 0G8XH. Wow. Clandestine operations.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shriram
Shrilampur Sasan.
Sasan Bhagat
Vasudev.
Basudev. Good evening. Good
Yes.
evening. Right? This sounds good. Alpha 061. Okay, what is the 61? Alpha 0, okay, we understand. But what's the story with the 61?
It
Mahat,
can't be
good evening.
it can't be date of birth 61, right? Generally that's the trend. Max is 227.
Okay.
Operation Essay. Yes, Operation Essay. Mission Essay. Mission
Mission.
Essay Rescue.
All
Yeah,
right.
good one, good one, good one. Chalo.
So
Okay,
Shabbir, what
Mac.
I think you chose something today, but we also need
Yeah,
to do a little bit for the batch and how it's going. So a few words.
yeah. Before we do that, Dave, I want to share a few uh, things up from this interview sessions that we are having right now.
Okay. Yeah.
Very
Makes sense.
interesting, Dave. Uh, I mean, I was sharing the other day in the class also. Uh, there's no escape from insights, opinions, talking about what a candidate understands of an issue, of a topic. There's no escape in that.
Right.
They have to speak. Whereas in GS, uh, even if the questions are insight provoking, questions are demanding opinion, students tend to memorize something and write it down, and they get away with it. Maybe because at that scale, most students do not know how to write insightful essays, insightful answers, and they struggle in interviews. When I ask them this evening, I was asking somebody, what does he know about the emerging Indo-US relationship? And he's a boy who has deep interest in IR, deep interest in foreign policy. His hobby is watching panel discussion on geopolitics. He has read books on geopolitics. He mentioned a couple of names. And I asked him, "Batao, kya chal raha hai India-US relation mein?" And he gave me a long list. We are doing this and we are doing this. US pushing back like this. We have the Senator Kelly who is saying this, and India is proposing a free trade agreement. Now the US has come up with a proposal of again tariff because of dumping charges against India on rice. He gave me a long list. मैंने कहा यार तुम्हें सब बता दिया. Okay. ये पूरे discussion में where is your signature content? Like anybody who is worth his effort, worth his salt for preparation, if he comes to the interview board, he will know these facts. Okay. And he kept on dealing facts after facts. Impressive. He knew all of that. But the moment I asked, you tell me what you think about this, he was fumbling all over the place. All over
Yeah.
the place. Okay, he did not know what to make of it. I think this is what you can't escape unless you really prepare with that mindset. So, telling myself, this mindset is what I think essay demands. Essay,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
essays is a open canvas. एक कोट बोल के छोड़ दिया, अब लिखो उस पे तुम क्या सोचते हो, तुम क्या जानते हो. Okay, and you can't do pastel, political, economic, social. Okay, so I was telling myself this thing, and guys, ये पहले भी बताया मैंने that there's lot of correlationship between essays marks and interviews marks. Lot of correlationship. अगर आपका इंटरव्यू मार्क्स 150, 140, 130 रेंज में है, आपके एसेस का मार्क भी 90, 80, 100, 110 के रेंज में होगा इनवेरिएबली. I don't know what was your experience there. If you have,
Yeah.
you also have been part of that.
See, I think the way I explained that to myself is critical thinking is needed for both. And everyone knows facts. And today we are living in a world where facts are commodity, right? It's available on, on the internet. And in some cases, the synthesis of that fact is also available through AI tools and all of that. So इसका दो तीन लेयर होता है. सो पहला आई फील लाइक इज द bare bones facts, right? What is going on, and that is awareness. And then from that awareness you create your own analysis. You go deeper into facts. You ask why, you ask so what, all these questions. And this is something we regularly teach in our essay class also, that you ask why, you go deep, and you form your own analysis. So on top of data comes a layer of meaning, right? So a layer of data and layer of meaning. And then on top of the meaning, the next step is therefore what, right? So the forward looking aspect of, this is where US and India relations stand, this is what is happening, that is fact. Therefore I think this is the undercurrent, this is the headwind, this is the tailwind, this is how things might evolve. And therefore we are better placed if we do these actions. So fact, meaning, actions, these are sort of and students don't get that. So I in my experience last few days, Shabbir, I've been telling them that anything that you look at it, any government scheme, like everybody knows all the schemes. They know all the yojanas, all the Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, or Manrega, or whatever, right? So they know it.
Yes.
The problem is that there is no critical analysis of these initiatives. And so I told them that, okay, tell me the objective of the initiative. So some of them gave that. Then I asked is, okay, can you give me some aspect of the plan? Okay, how is this initiative planned? Some fumbled, some gave. And then I asked them, okay, how was it executed? So objective, plan, and execution, the three pillars of doing anything, anywhere. So hopefully, we'll be able to get them to the next level of thinking here. But clearly, critical thinking is needed in both areas, and I totally agree with you. If you are good in essays, you'll be good in interviews. If you are critically thinking about a particular problem, just like we're doing, we're taking an essay topic and creating arguments, dimensions, and all of that. It'll help you. It'll help. Pooja, good evening. Shubhadra, good evening. Sachin, good evening. Kaushik, good evening. Kaushik, interesting point. One should have their opinion. Shabbir, if we go like 2 more seconds on this, right?
Yeah.
I was telling one of the interview aspirants yesterday that while you should have an opinion. When the interviewer is asking, what is your opinion on Gaza? Okay, they're not asking what you actually feel inside your heart. They're asking what is your formal analysis of the situation in Gaza. So a lot of people,
My opinion is मुझे
back,
बुरा लग रहा है मुझे
हाँ,
बहुत
like
खराब लग
sir,
रहा है.
so a lot of people are dying in Gaza. I feel
I
so
don't
bad,
like it.
and it is a situation which is totally, totally you're gone, right? That's the point where you are on a slippery slope and you never get up. So remember, anytime you are asked about your opinion, you are actually not being asked about your opinion. You are being asked about your analysis. And then, if the interviewer presses you, okay, tell me what your opinion is. So you can say, my personal opinion, sir, is something else, but this is the analysis. And then, see, once you have that license to talk about your personal opinion, you can do that. But nobody is interested in whether you like Netanyahu or you like Trump or you like Modi. It's not, and then the other thing is obviously, I'll go on a rant here, but
They very interesting point, and I mean, guys can appreciate here. Same thing, same issues. We're talking about India, Putin, Russia coming in. I said, "What's your opinion on this?" The answer was, "That's a very good thing." Okay, I said, "Okay, tell me more, sir. I think it's a very positive step. It's a strategic step. Okay, what do you think about what India should do? India should continue with this engagement." Okay, so I had to tell them कि देखो दो पार्ट है. Opinion ठीक है तुमने जो बोला बोला okay, but I am more interested in the basis of your opinion.
yeah,
Don't just stop at what you think. You have to go and tell me why you think, and that's what I think you meant by the analysis,
yes,
right? So just to cut the story here, guys, online, all aspirants, see this essay writing process as an exercise in helping you how to think. I think Deb repeatedly says this. We are not teaching you writing essays. We're teaching you how to think on topics which you could not have prepared on. How to relate philosophies, content, GS, synthesize stories around some of these thoughts which you could not have prepared. Literally, you are you're asked to write there on your seat, and you'll bring lot of diverse content to play. That's one reason why you can't have a fixed format for essays. Essay writing को आप एक formula में डाल नहीं सकते हो. I can only give you tools how to think, tools how to go deeper, tools as how to link. Ultimately, that organic thinking is what you're learning. Okay, alpha zero पहले बताओ नाम क्या है? You are like a agent. Tell me what. Anyways, you allowed your choice to remain anonymous. How to form opinion का पहला step है बच्चे, know the facts and start thinking on those. Maybe if you have time towards the end after the evaluation, I was teaching interview guys how to develop some thoughts, some ideas. Maybe I'll share this with these guys also. यूकी को लेकर कैसे कर सकें, ठीक है? Anyways, okay, alpha zero. I will take it up. I'll take it up, but maybe after we have done what we have promised you. Aditya says, how are you able to articulate so well in words your thoughts? Like any tips to improve verbosity, communication skills for personality development? Dave,
बहुत बड़ा क्वेश्चन पूछ लिया आदित्य.
इसको कैसे कम्युनिकेट करें?
आदित्य बहुत बड़ा क्वेश्चन पूछ लिया. आई फील लाइक कम्युनिकेशन इज नॉट अबाउट वर्बोसिटी. Okay, that's the first thing I'll say. Communication is not about verbosity. It is about how you can say more with less. So yeah, we'll talk about communication and as a broader thing. I think see, writing or speaking comes later. right? Writing and speaking is a way to represent what's in your brain. So that comes later. That is all the time that what advice I've given you, that stop and think first. If you are able to think properly, critically think something, you will be able to represent it very well. That's all. So yeah, big question cannot be answered in the confines of this live session, but we will
Dave, I will
attempt.
not say who, okay, between you and me. Okay, you guys, by the way, me and Dave have been what, college friends, roommates. We have uh, tried studying together, at least acted that ways. So between you and me, we know one story, that one of us was not able to communicate well and communicate, okay, what we wanted to say somebody, because of which, okay, वो नहीं पटी, ठीक है? So I will not say it was Shabbir Ahmed or it was Deb Tripathi.
चुप चुप हो जाओ
So
शब्बीर प्लीज आगे मत बोलो
so
कुछ
so communication problem
let
बेटा हम लोग के साथ भी रहा है, ठीक है?
let let sleeping dogs lie, right? Let the skeletons be in the closet. All right.
Chalo,
Okay.
so you learn with emotions, you learn, no problem. Chalo, then we get on with our task. There we go. So I'm sharing my screen. All of you, please tell me if okay you can see my screen. And there we go. The topic I've picked up, Dave, today is we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act but a habit. Okay, this was
Yeah. Great.
a quote from Aristotle. By the way, all of you who have joined the course, and today is your first day with us of introduction. So this exercise is part of teaching you what examiners look for in essays, how you get marks, where you probably digress. So when you are doing your classes on that course, you will come across a lot of examples. So my suggestion is you should see all those videos, एक दो बार देख लो, notes बना लो, and this exercise जो हम live करते हैं every Thursday 6:30 p.m. Okay, you will learn how to spot errors. You learn how to spot mistakes. ठीक है? And how does an examiner think? बहुत बार लगता है कि बहुत अच्छा लिख के आ गए, लेकिन मार्क्स नहीं मिला. कभी लगता है कि यार पता है अंग्रेजी खराब है, कैसे मार्क्स मिलेंगे? Okay, so all of you who have joined us fresh today, being the first class, okay, the first session with us live. So we hope to teach you something through our analysis. Dave, should we get started now? Okay, Kaushik asked.
Absolutely.
Kaushik
What a
asked.
wonderful phrase. Let's get started. Yeah.
I think one should get attached to the issue and need to dwell with it. I think over a period of time, we might end up forming opinions of sense. Yeah, attached rather, you have to engage with the topic. You're not superficially. You're right in some ways, Kaushik. Engage, think through it. Okay, ask questions. Yes, you're right. Okay, we start off now. So we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but a habit. Before we start off, a quick idea. I hope you understand what this means. Excellence is doing something, with maybe if not perfection, maybe towards very refined outcome. Excellence would mean some kind of craftsmanship, some kind of expertise. Okay, excellence is very high quality output. Okay, which also means somewhere success is linked to excellence. So that's what we seek. And it says excellence is not an act. It's not an act as in it is not the consequence of any one activity that you do or you have done a couple of times. It's about what you do repeatedly. Habit is something you do repeatedly. Okay, so excellence basically meaning, okay, to develop expertise, to develop some element of proficiency in something, to be in control of something, to own a skill, and not any skill, the very high level of skill that almost comes naturally to you. You must do something repeatedly. Okay, and that happens through habit. And habit here probably means discipline, okay, a kind of organized, committed work, perseverance, along with some bit of ability to hone and do things, maybe starting mechanically, but eventually as a part of your own personality ban jata hai. So very loose, this is what this topic means. Okay, so Dev, have I captured this? You want to add something on this?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think let's read on and see
Yeah.
what the person has talked about.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we got the topic. Now let's see what the person writes. Okay, Michael Phelps. Okay, this guy is world class Olympian diver, swimmer. Okay, I think he had one of the records of highest number of medals in one Olympic event. So he is a star. Michael Phelps, world-renowned swimmer, made history by winning gold at all individual events of a sport in an Olympic. In post-Olympic podcast, he reiterated that this historic excellence was not mere accident. Okay, accident, kya hai? Accident. Rather, it is the collection of his last 10 years routine. He further said that he never missed a day without training, irrespective of his mood or health conditions. Okay, I think good example, very relevant. Michael Phelps asserting that his victory is not an accident, it's not one act, it's a collective effort of 10 years, doing things repeatedly. So this has brought about habit. It has brought about the idea of discipline. Okay, so excellence here is the gold medal that we have won. So I think I like this intro. It's very relevant, well written. Okay, a couple of words can always be better, but I think I'm good with this. This shows that all endeavors of human excellence is expression of a person's repetition of an act. All endeavors of human excellence is the expression of person's repetition of an act. That is what we repeatedly do. Repeated actions, when directed properly, will lead to excellence. Repeat actions, okay? All through human history and across the wide spectrum of human endeavors, excellence has been achieved by those people who have made that action a part of their daily habit. Okay, ठीक है. The person starts example and goes on to a kind of paraphrase, okay, and re-establish the idea. Okay, so I think I'm okay with this introduction. It's going fine. It starts with a kind of analogy story. Okay, ठीक है. This leads us to several probing questions to be explored, like why a man is outcome of his actions, what leads to excellence of human pursuit, and does all repeated habit lead to excellence? And also we need to explore the importance of pursuing excellence through repetition in our action across all spheres of life. And the importance of pursuing excellence, ये भी add किया है. The essay starts with an analogy. It explains the topic. So this tells me the person understands the topic. And this kind of gives me the scope of कि क्या लिखने वाले हैं, ठीक है? So this essay will explore some of these pointers. Okay, I think I'm fine. Now it starts with man is some total of habits. I think I love this idea of headings, subheadings. Okay, this sets the tone of कि आगे क्या लिखा जाएगा. Deb, anything you want to say? First 2 pages.
I was equally impressed. I think he made a solid start. This is what I would call a solid start, right? Not a flamboyant start, not like a Virendra Sehwag thing, but like a Shubman Gill. If I can draw a parallel, very simple, straightforward, to the point, a good example, good um, way to define the scope. So he's opening the topic up. I like that. I like the way he moved from the example, the repetition of the thesis, and then opened the topic up, saying, okay, here is what I'm going to do. I'm going to explore these 4 5 dimensions. And it gives me a very good, I would say, a very good map, right? So he's giving me a very good map of what's coming down in future. So I really like that, right? So this is a good critical thinking, good rational approach to writing. प्रवीण गुड इवनिंग थोड़ा लेट आए पर दुरुस्त आए गुड वी आर जस्ट गेटिंग स्टार्टेड हियर Shabbir has just read
Yeah,
two pages and then we're going through. So introduction is done. Yeah, Shabbir.
yeah. Just a minute there. Okay, yeah.
So
I'm
yeah,
good to go with this. Yeah. So continuing from where I left the discussion. So yeah. So habits are actions done regularly as a response to any stimulus, as a part of one's way of life, like going for early morning jogs. Habit of many, similarly, doing meditation, playing football, are all habits pursued regularly. These habits together make up a man and define him. For instance, a person who has a habit of regular exercise and has a habit of healthy diet will lead a healthy, disease-free life. On the other hand, a person accustomed to habits of sedentary life suffer from health issues. These habits not only define physical health, but also how a person thinks and how he approaches an issue. For example, Gandhiji stopped eating sweets, for he was asked to advise a young boy to reduce his indulgence on too much sweets. Gandhiji's habit of being honest, okay, reflected in all spheres of life. Heading is, man is sum total of habits. The topic is, what we do is, okay, what gives us excellence? Excellence is the consequence of habit. ये टॉपिक था. एंड अभी हम समझा रहे हैं कि मैन एसेंशियली इज अ सेट ऑफ हैबिट्स. ओके, ठीक है. Okay, so first paragraph explaining what habits means, and I like the simple style. What habit is, what we do regularly, examples मिल गया, and this habits make up a man. And I think this content here very well fits, or it's exactly what the heading is. There is no lack of congruence here. Okay, so whatever man does, and it says habit not only gives you good health, it also makes you the person you are. It also makes you, okay, the person that you grow into, your personality. An example was Gandhiji. Okay, Gandhiji revered for his unwavering spirit of ahimsa, but it was more of an extension of his normal daily life. This was made crystal clear by Gandhiji himself, that our thoughts become our action, and our action becomes who we are. So this, we are discussing here, yeah, habits make a person. Yeah,
I think he's connected habits with thoughts, actions, right? So basically he's saying it's not a habit because I just like doing it. It is a habit. It's a carefully thought through perspective, and because of that it's influencing my actions in a consistent basis. So good writing. Kaushik says excellence is byproduct of the repeated action, that is habit. We need to discuss more of the process of repeated action and the qualities we need to
Less about excellence.
about the excellence.
Yeah.
Talk
So Dave, I
about it,
think,
but don't know if it's about the core intention. Yeah.
yeah, I take it. We are looking for key when will you link a habit with excellence. I think that's what we are looking for. But he as a part of developments right now, habit is what makes a person like EM established ho gaya. ठीक है, let's be patient on this. Not only Gandhiji,
Yep.
all people who have achieved excellence or contributed greatly to humanity have always adhered consistently to their habits, which made them the people who we all know, okay, who we all
Now
now
celebrate.
celebrate, okay. And this person has some problem with couple of words. I get trapped. Celebrate, okay. Life of Mother Teresa illustrates that better. She denied the dinner offered to her post-Nobel Prize, rather asked the money to be spent on the lavish dinner be donated to the needy. This excellence of compassionate actions were outcomes of her consistent habit of compassion for others. This leads us to question of what leads excellence in human spirit. Okay, so man is a product of habits. Okay, the great people who we know, who have probably been respected for their compassion, for values like ahimsa, for their honesty, for whatever skill we know them for, it is the consequence of the habits. It's what they have done repeatedly. Okay, so ये part established हो गया, and that is what the heading was. I'm happy about that. Heading says man is some total of habits, and this has been discussed through this 1.5 page. I think I'm fine with this. I don't have.
Shabir, I'll just add something that jumped
Yeah.
out at me. I think the student is trying to connect compassion with excellence with the Mother Teresa example. I, I'm okay, but I felt like it was a little bit of a distraction because what is compassion and how you develop compassion? Yes, consistency is there, but the Mother Teresa story is a story of compassion, is a story of empathy, is a story of understanding the needy and all that. But it is well, yes, you could say that she was excellent in doing that, right? But I think there are other examples that could be more relevant and fit the context more. I think it was a little bit of a distraction, but I'm okay. I'm still okay. I like what I'm seeing, so I will continue to read on. I'll give this one a pass, right?
Yeah,
Although
nice
it is a
observation,
little,
Dave. Okay,
yeah.
that this is not excellence. That's what was working on my mind too. So I kept looking back to here heading diya hai, man is a consequence of habits. So this is being justified. But yes, we need to be careful. Otherwise, we'll talk about all great people have habits and all great people whatever you have said. But yes, I think that's a
And
that's a
and the
important one.
typical problem students slip into, right? Gandhi, Mandela, Mother Teresa, and you know where it's going, right? All the same examples. So Buddha, Madhyam Marg, all that will come out, and so it looks a little bit of a force fit. But let's read on. Let's see what he's written.
Because now it says excellence is a part of habit, not in. So this is where I think the core essay starts. Okay. This is excellence as discussed above. Oh, as discussed above. Okay. Our perfection in an endeavor. It also includes reaching full potential of any individual. For instance, Usain Bolt has excelled in sports by reaching potential speed that could be clocked by an individual. This achievement of perfection or realizing potential comes by repeated actions, making it a habit, as said by Sachin Tendulkar, that his excellence in cover drive comes from persistent improvisation, which is achieved by daily practice to make it a part of his habit. Okay, so I think now we have some sense of excellence. Okay, sports excellence is what he's referring to, and it comes by habit. Habit also leads to excellence by helping a person understand his potential. For instance, in the movie Milkha Singh, when he practices daily and makes it a habit, he understands potential that leads to his excellence. Okay, so how a habit leads to excellence. Okay, so how it is excellence? Point number one is by doing something repeatedly, we realize our potential. Okay, by doing something repeatedly, okay, we also achieve our potential. We realize what we are capable of, and we also achieve. So how we realize? So Milkha Singh realized his potential, and Tendulkar kind of achieved it. Okay, ठीक है. Similarly, apart from understanding potential, habits are formed based on one's cognition, and this ensures achieving excellence as a part of involuntary act. Okay, thereby ensures that person is out of any pressure of failure or success, and thereby gives more confidence in him. Okay, this was illustrated by Edison, okay, by Disney, by J.K. Rowling, all of whom, despite rejections, pursued habit and actions, okay, reaching excellence. Okay, so how does habit help excellence? Okay, by probably the habit becomes part of our unconscious, and because that way we are no longer conscious about whether we fail or succeed, it helps us do things repeatedly. Okay, some example here. Excellence can also be achieved by unwavering commitment to one principle followed across daily life. For example, Japanese products are known for their quality. This, according to anthropologist Ruth Benedict in her book, okay, Chrysanthemums and Swords, attributes to their child-rearing practice of repetition of values and practices. These repeated actions of moral acts made them excellent in their product. Okay, so habits or repeated actions, it kind of shapes ethics also. It shapes work ethics. And this work ethics gives us excellence. Okay, so I will go back here. In these pages, the writer is, probably trying to tell us why habit leads to excellence. Why? Because it helps us realize potential, it helps us achieve potential. It's because it makes our act, okay, a part of our unconscious behavior. It also helps us develop ethics. Okay, we keep on doing good things, become ethics, and this shapes our efforts. Okay, Dave, you want to add something here? I think this is
Yeah, I think the heading of the argument was that excellence is a product of habit, not an accident. So I think I expected something to be said about the second part of the uh, argument, not an accident. I think he went on talking about how habit, consistency, dedication, commitment to goals, all that is good points, but I would have expected a little more of, okay, it's not a fluke, it's not something that a virtuosic performance is not just one simple act, some reinforcement of that point, which he did not do. So basically, to me, it looked like he's just continuing on with the last argument, but didn't give me something unique in this particular argument, although the argument header was there. So under was the same material, right? So it's like, okay, bottle different hai, bottle Fanta dikh raha hai, अंदर Coca-Cola ही है, same drink is being served in a different looking bottle.
Okay, okay.
But yeah, good points. I mean, I don't disagree with the points. I just felt like maybe the wording of the heading could have been different.
Okay, the heading is part of habit, not an accident. See, I'll tell you my analysis here. What I feel is the student aspirant very smartly has managed not to leave the topic. Okay, a good introduction, which is relevant to topic, then takes up a good idea that excellence is baad mein, pehle habit is what makes a man. Then moves on towards why habits make us excellent work. What I am missing is some deep insights. Okay, so I can see reasons here. I can see reasons like analysis. Why does excellence flow from the habits? But iska jo ek deeper aspect hai, which could be insights. Exactly what is it about doing things regularly? And I would have liked if this person would have maybe written something more about work ethics. This is an important dimension that shapes like how we think, what we do, how we choose priorities. So this was a bit short for me, very abrupt. This itself could have developed into a very nice conversation. So it's not doing things for sake of doing things. It's doing things where it starts becoming part of values, becoming part of your character, and that is what shapes excellence. So it is not the act itself. This act repeatedly doing, it shapes your ethics. I like this idea. This idea was a very powerful idea. And I was hoping this would be developed. Otherwise, क्या हो रहा है? ये essay, nice, simple essay, it doesn't elevate itself to analysis where gives me deep insights. That is what I'm missing out, Deb.
Yeah, I agree. But I think I would read on. I think he's made some good points. I agree
Yeah.
that he's missed a few opportunities to actually go to the next level.
So now excellence, put it in action. I don't know what this heading means, but okay. As we have understood that excellence is achieved through consistent repetition, we have to ensure that we put these into our needs. Okay. Indian Constitution under Article 51A calls every citizen to strive for excellence in the sphere of life. This becomes important to put this moral push in many spheres of life, especially in governance. All the countries which have excelled in governance have ensured consistency of ethical principles by the civil servants, like in Singapore. Aristotle, through his quotation, is urging humanity to lead life of higher value and excellence by exercising morality repeatedly across all activities. So, excellence is therefore a function of morality. Okay, if you do some things repeatedly and you are moral, so I do not know how I can take it. Most of these human problems and crises we face with pollution, degradation, climate change, bystander apathy, increase in gender violence, all stem from lack of excellence in our moral fortitude and exercising consistent morality. These are mainly because we choose selective morality. Will we see this as digression, Dave? I would link it.
I see
or
this as
I'm missing
digression.
something.
Yeah, I see. It is a little distracting to me because morality, compassion, all these things, right? So he brought in Mother Teresa, he brought in, now he's bringing in, morality. It is not a question of that, it's not related to excellence. It is, well, everything is, consistency has a role to play in everything, but we become moral by, there's a bigger story of philosophy around morals, ethics, values, the study of philosophy, understanding something that becomes center stage when you talk about ethics, morality, and all of that. But when it comes to pursuit of excellence, or pursuit of mastery, it is a whole different ball game. And I know sports examples were good. I think Alpha Zero, you said Novak Djokovic. Yes, you can say all of these things, but um, I think this person is applying some standard
Mm.
practice, standard formula to this essay. He is formally gone to the slippery slope. Okay, so he was on a good, nice track, right? So he was on a firm ground in the first two, 3 pages. Now he is on the slippery slope on the side of the road. And to me, is like, okay, is he going to come back on the main road and walk solid, or is he going to slip and fall?
Yeah, I think they. I think we're trapped with Gandhi, Teresa, Buddha. यहाँ पे excellence should have been, Michelangelo. Like it
Yeah,
should have been, the beauty of the car called Ferrari or Lamborghini.
exactly.
Excellence would have been, okay, probably, those technology innovations. Okay,
Yeah.
like look at the excellence of Apple products.
Or the 36 chambers of Shaolin,
Shaolin,
right?
okay, yeah, the
Yeah,
martial arts excellence. Okay, even excellence in, even how some of the thieves pick locks, open safes. Excellence in,
yeah.
even a bank heist. Okay, that smooth silken move. Okay, so यहाँ पर मोरालिटी नहीं रखकर वो प्रोडक्ट का जो क्वालिटी था उस पे बात करना था. Okay, so yeah, this I think. Okay,
Yeah,
Sachin
so
says.
interesting, Shabbir. My last assignment on the Telegram was, if you see the Buddha on the road, kill him.
Yes. Oh, some of them came up and asked and talked to me also about in class.
So this is what has happened, right? The Gandhi, Teresa, Buddha, they're all so pervasive that we fall into their traps. And we must kill them. We must kill them to really understand what we are after. So there was an ulterior motive why I sent that topic, because I was getting tired of Buddha examples.
A
Uh,
standing warning to all of you. अब आगे चल के अगर किसी ऐसे में गांधी, बुद्धा, टेरेसा दिखा, इवन मंडेला अगर दिखा मुझे, okay, so we are done there. Yes,
yeah.
SpaceX, absolutely. SpaceX, rocket science, that's excellence, absolutely right. So excellence in that sense, so wo wala part, okay, I think we lost it. Excellence as intent above can be achieved by repeated inculcating values, society. Okay, now it goes down that preaching, morality becomes habit. First three most important, okay, um, initiatives. Okay, is parents teaching school. So teach excellence at school. Excellence can be achieved by making things part of the muscle memory. Okay, yeah, all right ideas, but not developed well. ये muscle memory अच्छा idea था. I mean, think of excellence, okay, in shuffling cards, excellence in those coin tricks, magicians के tricks जो होते हैं, the actual excellence, okay, what looks like actually a magic, it's a sleight of hand. Okay, so it becomes automated choice, morality, the moral acts, karma. Mahabharat. Okay, okay. This sums up discussions, and we do actions repeatedly, learning from the mistakes. It becomes habit, and okay, it's Michael Phelps, Usain Bolt. Yeah, Dave, I think. So let's wait for our listeners. यहाँ पे ऐसे खत्म हो गया, by the way. Okay,
I
I
see.
didn't read
Okay.
any further, so it was. Yeah. As discussed earlier, it's be it Michael Phelps, Usain Bolt, we only see their excellence, but the actions happens behind the screen by repetition of boring similar acts, focus on doing moral acts. Michael Immanuel Khan. Okay.
I was laughing, Shabbir, because of this, as discussed earlier, as we understood. The student has written in those. It's a very presumptive way. मैंने तो बोल दिया था, हमने ये डिस्कस किया था, आपने तो समझ
आपको याद
तो समझ गए थे. अब आप मुझे मार्क दे ही दीजिए. You can't be presumptive. मैं ये हमेशा बोलता हूँ, शो नॉट टेल, राइट. शो नॉट टेल मतलब आपको जो बात करना है, you should talk about the real things, not say what you are going to say. So yeah, slippery slope में ये slip करते जा रहे हैं. I don't see any way of coming back.
positives about the essay. Okay, I think I was okay with the language. Very simple, nothing complicated. The essay had some organization. It was not random. Okay, so a sense of logic ban raha tha.
Topic भी समझ गए थे.
Yeah, the essay was on the topic more or less. Okay. It was not a digression कि कुछ लिखा है कुछ और लिख दिया, ऐसा भी नहीं था. Negatives, I think the depth was missing, understanding, and examples are becoming stale. Somewhere confusion हो गया थोड़ा. Okay, excellence as a concept was, well, habit was explained. What habit means, excellence का क्या meaning है? I think maybe वो था miss हो गया. Okay, so nothing wrong in terms of writing, but definitely जो Big Bang शुरू हुआ था, it was not engaging enough, and the ending was very stretched. Okay, ending एक mechanical ending था, भाई अच्छे बनो, झूठ मत बोलो, भगवान से डरो, बाप माँ से सीखो. Okay, and governance में वही करते हैं. And as discussed earlier, we can therefore see excellence happens because of behind the screen. Okay, so this essay again had good potential, but failed to elevate itself, to what we thought this essay could have been, given the first 2 or 3 pages. But of course, I will emphasize that this essay is not a disaster. It's not disaster. Some of the disaster ones we have seen earlier. Okay, but in terms of what it could have achieved, okay, the promising, जो था initial promise था, वहां पर थोड़ा सा मिस हो गया.
Shabbir, I think the word you wrote down there, depth, right? To me, that's the core. ऐसा लगा कि पूरा डीप सी डाइवर का आउटफिट पहन लिए. You went into the deep sea. You took the boat out far into this ocean, and then you jumped into the water, and then you started snorkeling. Okay. Okay. अंदर नहीं गए, right? You didn't go down. So it was a little disappointing कि सारा आउटफिट पहन लिया, सब कुछ बोल दिया कि मैं जाने वाला हूँ, ये 5 चीज करने वाला हूँ, अंदर जाके पूरा दिखा दूंगा तुम्हें. एंड देन बस ऊपर ही तैरते रह गए. That's what I felt. So today I'll be the bad cop. I think it was an average essay to me, because if I look back, what am I really judging for in essays? It's critical thinking, it's depth of thought process, Structure organization, yes, I look for, but the core thing in an essay is critical thinking and depth. How well you are able to articulate your point. This is the other sort of Zen line that I'm reminded of, that if you want to learn about the trees, go to the forest, right? So you have to step inside. That the person did not step inside the forest. He went circling around the forest and he observed some things and told us, but he really did not go inside. And I think the key was there. He knew he had the key to step inside the building. Where, in the first page or second page, Shabbir, if you recall, he has said, we will delve into these four things, five things. And that was, I think, second page. Yeah. Why a man is outcome of repeated actions. What leads to excellence of human pursuit? Does all repeated habits lead to excellence? See, here is a great counterpoint, that negative habits, how do you question negative habits? How do you come out of habits? That also is a part of excellence, right? So he missed that trick. Importance of pursuing excellence. Why should human beings pursue excellence? अरे हम लोग तो चाट पकोड़ा खा के शाम को मूवी देख के आराम से बैठ सकते हैं. Why do we do this, right? So I think he had all the keys, but he did not use the keys. Aditya is saying similar to India versus South Africa World Cup 2011 match, from 267 for 2, finally 296 for 10. Yeah, that's a slippery slope, right? वही हुआ. Incidentally, today there is a India versus South Africa match. I don't know what's happening there, but yeah, I think that's what I felt, Shabbir. I don't know. Today I might be a little harsh, but
You know what, Dave, when I was, when I saw the topic, I was hoping that somebody will talk about this aspect. इंडिया के relevance में जो जुगाड़ culture है, that we have celebrated for a long, long time. The hustling जुगाड़ culture, जोड़ जाड़ के, okay, हाथी का पैर काट के कुत्ते में जोड़ दूं, that culture जो है, and make something walk. Okay, when will that convert into world-class products? When will we have, okay, a BMW, Mercedes, the Tesla, the BYDs, okay, and grow out of, assembling local products, okay, थूक लगा के चला रहे हैं गाड़ी, okay, engineering versus excellence of product. This could have been a very nice. I thought somebody will use it, because jugaad is also the consequence of a habit. सब चलता है, एवरीथिंग चलता है, गाड़ी चलना चाहिए, वो मरते गिरते, एक चक्का है नहीं चक्का है, वो हमारा हैबिट बन गया है. सर्वाइवल हैज बिकम अ हैबिट and not living life to its potential.
In fact, Shabbir, I think that would have been a great national level example. Not the Constitution is asking us to be excellent. That's a piece of paper, right? I think that would have been a fantastic example. ISRO.
ISRO, yes, ISRO as example. Chandrayaan, ISRO. In fact, you know what, Dave? I was hoping that the discussion would move towards, what kind of headwinds India is facing in the manufacturing sector. What kind of headwinds India is facing in the global supply chains. Yeah. We're not short of investments, not short of labor, we're not short of intent. तो हमारे products क्यों compete नहीं कर पा रहे हैं? Okay, the excellence as a habit is what we're missing. And they, I just want to, कुछ दिन पहले ऐसे कुछ बात हो रही थी कि what is India's fundamental problem? The fundamental problem of India and most of us is lack of discipline. And we pride in breaking laws. कूड़ा देख लो, the way we conduct ourselves in the station देख लो, line में खड़े हैं देख लो, Okay, जो excellence of urban infrastructure हो, excellence of urban management हो, okay, as a thought वो हमारे दिमाग में है ही नहीं, that ये चीज सफाई जो है वो habit से आती है. Okay, so I
In
think
fact, in fact, that's a great example of excellence. I remember when I went to Tokyo, I found that I could not find garbage anywhere. Okay, so then I was carrying some trash and I was looking for a garbage can and I could not find a garbage can. I asked a local, and this person said, "Sir, in Tokyo, you will not find garbage cans anywhere outside. You
wow.
must carry your own garbage." See, that's the idea of excellence, right? And to your point, it's not found in our country, but in other countries. That's a fantastic point that you raised. In fact, this the other two things I was thinking I will see in this essay is the 10,000 hour rule that
Yes.
Malcolm Gladwell talked about. In fact, 10,000 hour rule did not was not coined by Malcolm Gladwell, but by another guy called Anders Ericsson. He has written a book called Peak, Peak, Peak Performance. How do people get to excellence? In fact, all of you should
हाँ जी.
try
I'm
to
telling
get a
you.
summary of that book. I'll try to put it in the essays channel. Um, in Peak, Anders Ericsson talks about how people achieve excellence, and he mentions a very important thing, that excellence is not something that you are born with, but you achieve through practice, deliberate practice. He says, calls it deliberate practice, and he says just going and hitting balls on the tennis court will not make you Novak Djokovic. You must do that with a coach. So he tells you, give feedback. So he talks about practice but with feedback, and so many nuances he explains about excellence. And I was thinking that this essay will go into that level of depth, that it was clear miss. So definitely Anders Ericsson, Peak, definitely Malcolm Gladwell, 10,000 hour rule, Outliers, that's the book Malcolm Gladwell had written. And he said basically that there is a formula, and then one of the formula was the 10,000 hour rule. So many books have been written. There is another book called Grit,
Grit.
Grit,
Yes, yes, yes.
by Angela Duckworth, who talks about how excellence is a product of grit. So there are so many ideas this essay could have gone to, but unfortunately it did not.
I think they partly एक problem बच्चों का ये भी है. Okay, the width of reading is probably questionable. We're so used to reading processed material, processed article, and not dwelling on it. हम बहुत rarely source पे जाते हैं. At least, if not lot of books, बस साल में एक दो किताब तो पढ़ना चाहिए beyond our curriculum, course notes, and those PDFs which are thrown at students. I think reading habit is, you can't replace it.
Yeah.
There is no substitute to reading, broad reading, wide reading. Okay, so I think that's could be one area to work on.
In fact, they are saying that this use of social media, affecting our attention spans. Not to go into a rant, but that's actually taken the life out of reading as a habit. In fact, I sent out an article in the Essays channel recently that it covers the important aspect of how reading has decreased over the years. and it plots a graph of how much time people spend with media versus books. And you can see that they crisscross and completely opposite. Now, most people haven't read a book, so I think there is something to be said about book reading. And you know, see these books like Grit, Outliers, and Peak. I have read all three books, and I can tell you this is not like reading Charles Dickens or some very dense book. They're very easy to read, right?
Yeah,
Malcolm
yeah.
Gladwell writes like he's talking to you. So modern day authors are not difficult. You can sit down and read it in like 3 days or 2 days. So
Yeah,
absolutely, reading books is
ग्लैडवेल
important.
का मुझे अच्छा याद है टिपिंग पॉइंट. I think tipping point also is about, okay, persisting with something till it can take off on its own.
Correct, correct.
Yeah, so yeah, outliers, I need to catch up with, but yes, this is of course. Anyways. So coming back to our origin exercise. So what is the marks we are willing to give? Online guys, आप लोग बताओ क्या marks दोगे आप लोग 125 से?
Kaushik, Sachin, Prince, Alpha Zero, Parvez, Aditya, Piyush. What do you all think? Praveen, Mohammed. We had a lot of people today, and some new names, which is fantastic. Alpha Zero, Aditya Jain, Cricket Shots. Cricket Shots, you are very quiet today. Normally, you are not. Maybe you are watching cricket. Okay, there is a match going on. Okay, we'll give you that. We'll
55,
excuse you. Okay.
50, 55, 45, 70, 70. Okay, 70 probably goes here. Okay. Alpha Zero, Piyush says 47.5. That's very precise.
पीयूष ये पॉइंट फाइव
47.5.
कहाँ से आया? Where did you get this point 5?
And white 47, 43, 45. I hope you understand 45 in one essay means 90 out of 250. Basically less than 100. This is, अगर ये trend रहा, score is less than 100. अगर ये trend रहा, 100, 110. If it goes to 170, this is 130 plus. So, Deb, आप बताओ कहाँ होते? I think I would have marked around 90, 100. So, yes, 50 is what I would have given. 51, 52, 47. Okay. So, इसी range में मेरा होता. 70 is complete out. This is a brilliant essay. 70 is 0.5 for good flow of essay. So, Piyush was looking how to give some marks.
Yeah. I'm also in the 40 to 50 bracket. I might give a little bit less today.
You are the bad cop. ठीक है.
I'm the bad cop. Cricket Shots 45. Good to see you engaged here and not watching cricket. By the way, I just looked up the scores. South Africa is 75 for 1 in 8.3 overs.
Oh, 10-10 चल रहा है.
Okay.
I hope they go down the slippery slope now.
Exactly.
ठीक है. Okay. Dave, I was thinking I will demonstrate बच्चों को ना ये एक बार ये दिखाकर.
ठीक है?
Okay. कि
Let's see
अगर
that.
ये टॉपिक हम यूकी को पूछते, by the way, guys, I hope you all know Yuki by now. Okay. So if I would ask Yuki, we are what we do repeatedly, excellence then is not an act, it is not an act, but a habit.
But a habit, yeah.
But a habit. So frame your essay. let's see what it does here. Alpha 0 is new to the scene. Okay, Alpha 0. So 70 इसीलिए दे दिया आपने. So let's see what it tells us. I hope it is visible to all of you. Maybe I will. Yeah. So consistency breeds mastery. Habit shape character integrity. Excellence requires discipline. Societal progress is built on collective habits. The cleanliness is also excellence. Punctuality is like excellence, okay? We need regular study. Examples में administrators, okay, top rankers, consistent routines. Excellence is not a destination achieved by isolated acts, but a journey shaped by daily habits. For UPSC aspirants, okay.
There are some nuggets in the additional tips also, like behavioral science research, something about negative habits. One thing that struck me is look at the keywords on top, like with every argument. Skill refinement, neuroscience research, neural pathways. So we didn't talk about that, but when you do something consistently, your neurons start firing in different ways. So that's the deeper nuance here. And not a one-time achievement, right? So I think that's what I do is like some of these words, right? Take your essay to the next level, and that's what I look for when I look at this essay. Okay, I might have thought of 3 things, but if this is giving me additional 3-4 things. See, we talked about Japan, right? Singapore. In Singapore, you can't, the chewing gum is banned. We all know that. So those kind of things we discuss. So we have touched on a lot of things here. I think we didn't specifically talk about neuroscience that much, although Anders Ericsson and the book talks about neuroscience research. So kind of covered, but yeah, I think this is a good summary.
And there are some case studies here. Okay, Japanese society, यहाँ पर Tina Dabi, okay, fine. Swachh Bharat mission success, again, she's adopting daily. Urban वाला हमने उठाया था, सफाई. Japanese cultures. So guys, if you are lacking points, take up a topic and punch into Yuki. आप Yuki में जाओ, okay, you can always follow up if you want some more points. I can discuss how manufacturing excellence and great products can be linked to this concept and development of great products.
We lost your screen, Shabbir.
You lost my screen, but why is that?
Yeah, you're back.
Concept.
Yes.
So let's see what this says. I have some idea. I want development of great products, infographics, synergy, excellence, and product development. Six Sigma was a good example we could have used. Total quality management we could have used. Okay. It goes beyond the essay. Okay. But this idea, habit is process, exports, innovation, skills. Okay. We could pick something from here. but it's not directly the essay that we would have to this concept. So I asked this, okay? So maybe
I think,
continue.
Shabbir, the overview and context gives you all you need. I think for the essay, if you look at your answer for the manufacturing question in the
Mhm.
overview section, you have a pretty nice way
Yeah,
of
this part.
connecting the two, right? And the other thing I notice is if you look at the essay, scroll up and you see the essay thing on top, there was no question or no mention of morality, compassion, and all these things, right? As we observed during our own analysis, these things are slightly on the periphery. So it was a forced example.
It does talk about character integrity, but
Correct.
from the perspective of that it makes you more diligent.
Exactly.
Okay, from the line that it helps you, with the foundation where you can pursue the habit more repeatedly. It was not
Yeah.
directly a discussion on morality.
Yeah. So ethical choices done consistently, I think is, a little bit different from the concept of morality and compassion. So it's a great way of linking that. But again, the essay we reviewed was slightly off there.
I asked the same one, manufacturing excellence, and frame the essay. यहाँ पर है operational performance, efficiency, quality, production process requires reliability. Okay, so I think you can pick up something from here. How manufacturing excellence are deeply linked, quality, innovation. I think Six Sigma is about this process and redoing it. Anyway, so we have some pointers here. Something on Apple's ecosystem. So, guys, we will suggest that you guys write an essay by taking some points from the UKI, जो भी आपको ठीक लगता है. But go deep in terms of how you argue for it, how you develop your examples beyond Gandhiji, Mandela, Buddha, and Teresa. ठीक है? So that's
Prince has
about
a
it.
question or comment. Sir, it provides only points or also sequence. Prince, the essay key the essay response that you get typically has the arguments in order. I have never seen it, give you something out of sequence. Although, remember that when we think, we think about many different things. So I think always use your judgment. Kaushik is saying, sir, some people are repeatedly posting unnecessary links. Can we do anything about that? Kaushik, I just deleted a post on Telegram and re-added it. Unfortunately, I cannot selectively delete comments. Although I asked on the group and some people responded with some bots that we can use. Another option we have is to move our community to a different spot. So we'll figure that one out. Ayush has a question, Shabbir. Sir, 2026 is my first and last attempt due to age constraints. How much time effort is required to complete the essay course started 5th December? Ayush, 5 to 6 weeks is all it needs, and I don't think it needs a lot of time every day, 1.5 to 2 hours maximum. That's all you need to complete the course. And more importantly, stay with the practice, and regularly, if you submit assignments on the Telegram channel, you will be much better off leading on to your exam date. 2026. That's what I would say. All
Yeah,
right.
then
Yeah.
that's
Shabbir, I
for
think time to
today.
close.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, we went beyond our mandate, but ठीक है. So catch you guys next week, 6:30 again, Thursday. Thursdays for essays. Okay, and thanks, Dave. It's always nice, conversing on topics, books. I think, Dave, we should also take up maybe uh, some books to discuss and talk through. Okay, so, and which they can use in essays. Maybe you have a great width of reading. You can take up something and talk about it.
Yeah.
Storyline types. You can converse. It's fun. It's fun teaching students in this open, environment. Yeah, it'll be nice. It'll be nice.
We'll do some book readings. In fact, let's pick a few. Maybe we can do it next week. Next Thursday, we'll change it around. Okay, we'll do that.
Some nice short book which can be interesting story. I remember reading out, this Alchemist.
Okay.
Okay, and while I was preparing for the lecture, okay, I had insights. I said, oh, when I read it, I had not noticed such fine nuances. Okay, so maybe if we have a PDF types on that, we can.
Yeah,
look
I
through.
see what I'm rereading.
Animal Farm. Wow.
I got some books for my son recently to just develop his reading habit, and this is one of the things I got. And I thought it's been a while since I read it, and it is just amazing, right? So
Absolutely,
we'll do that.
And Deb, in our best book, Little Prince, I don't know if we can do it here or not. That's actually deep philosophy. There's a lot of thinking, the box with the three holes for
Yeah,
the
yeah,
to
yeah,
read.
yeah.
Yeah. Maybe if we can, we love that book together. Chalo then. Okay then.
All
Bye bye all
right.
of you.
Take care.
Thanks for being around. Bye Dave. Bye.